On to the next one.
This question's for the entire panel.
Oh,
I was
God.
wondering. I was wondering what type of show or movies you guys would recommend to the fans that are here to see you.
I'm recommending books. If you haven't read Neil Stephenson, read him.
Woo! Yeah!
Did you say book?
I like more kind of highbrow, conceptual stuff, so I'm going to say Big Bang Theory.
It gets me thinking.
I'm a big fan of Breaking Bad.
Oh.
I don't know how it's not as popular here as well, you should watch it.
John is incredible on Breaking Bad too. Have had people watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Oh God, more people need. That was actually going to be I was going to be a kiss-ass answer. That's what I was going to say. It's really good. And what else? I don't know. I just got into Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
That show is okay. That show is really. I don't follow football at all. I'm not sporty. It's hard to tell because of my physique. But oh man, go Panthers. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. That's it.
It's the Lions now, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you haven't gotten to that point?
What? No, I'm in season 3. Go. This panel is not going well for me, guys. There's a lot of hurt up here.
Oh, Real Housewives of New Jersey.
And he spoiled him on Friday night.
Hell no, I hate that show. Can't stand it. But sometimes I catch myself watching it because I don't like it. You know what I mean? I'll just sit there and just hate on it and watch it. God, I hate this. It's like TMZ. I'll catch TMZ and I'll be like, I hate these people. But I gotta sit there and just watch it and just hate on them.
Know your enemy.
Oh, they're just such pricks.
I don't think Corin took his medication.
Oh no, I did. I doubled up on it. Actually, on my flight back from Australia, me and Chris were in Australia together. I watched some of the great classics, you know. Watched The Hustler. Yeah, that was awesome. And Bullet. Steve McQueen and Bullet. Great movie. They're like, Hustler, Bullet. Smattering of applause. And any Errol Flynn movie you can get your hands on. Captain Blood. Okay.
Hi, this is for Chris. I was wondering what writing you have, what are you doing now, what's coming up next, what are you writing, and what can we see from you? And also for Martin, what is next for Stargate? When are we going to see a new movie?
I don't know. I mean, Stargate Universe premieres this fall, and it's season 2. It's a really strong. I've only read the first 5 episodes, but they're really, really good. And as far as the movies and stuff like that, you know, no one is a bigger fan of the Stargate movies than I am. I mean, Continuum is maybe my favorite piece of Stargate, period. But it's a different market out there now. It's really expensive to make these movies right, and it's really hard to make that money back. And you know, just in the time that we did those two films, the marketplace has completely changed. DVD is a bit of a wasteland now. And
but MGM has so much money.
I know. Well, the other thing, I'm not allowed to talk about MGM, otherwise the stock price just shudders. But yeah, so I don't know. And as far as what I'm doing right now, I'm working on a show called Bored to Death, which is on HBO. And thank you for the 4 of you that are watching it, and probably also watching Breaking Bad. Thank you for those 4. And we start airing September 26th. It's a great season.
I'm actually executive producing a series, The Saint. It's a redo of The Saint from the 60s. And we have actually Sir Roger playing the Saint's mentor. And James Purefoy is the Saint. And Rage of Angels is finally up and running at Stars. My partner is Bill McDonald, who created Rome. And so we're writing the first 10 episodes now. So, and that'll be Stars. And the Saint is TNT.
Next. Yep.
My question's for Christopher. What's your favorite episode that you filmed, and how did you feel about the episode where Teal'c and O'Neill switch personalities?
Can you say the first part again?
Favorite episode filming?
Oh, my favorite, without a doubt, the 200th. You know, and it wasn't just that we had fun doing it. It was like everyone, like, you know, it was over halfway through our 10th season, and you know, by that time people are tired and grumpy, but the crew, like some of the departments, like the wardrobe department, the construction department, had to work 24/7 to get that stuff done, because even though it was a huge episode, they still had the same amount of prep time as any other episode. And everyone did it with a smile on their face, and everyone was happy. And people who hadn't ever come to the set in 10 years actually came to the set to see us do some of the scenes. And it was just a really, really happy week. And, you know, Ben was in a good mood the whole week. You know, Rick knew 1/10 of his lines. And I got a cod piece. I mean, was there a second part to that? Was there a second part to the? What was the second part of the question?
How did you feel about the episode where Teal'c and O'Neill switch personalities?
Oh, I had a lot of fun doing it. Rick had never actually been to my trailer before, and we, imagine that. Well, sometimes he'd come over for some swashbuckling. So the script gets delivered, and as I'm perusing, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. I get to do something different, and you know, Rick is just. So I hear a knock at the door. It's Rick. He all of a sudden, like he's never talked to me about anything about any script, but he wants to talk about how I'm going to be O'Neill. You know, because that was like pretty early on, you know, so, you know, he was still, you know, Rick mellowed out over time. So back then he was still very, protective of his image, the whole MacGyver thing, I don't know, whatever. So he wanted to make sure that we gave an honest portrayal and didn't lampoon each other's characters. How much can you lampoon when one guy says indeed, but then the other guy, O'Neill, has every tick in the book. So I actually scaled that performance back probably 50% because I had actually studied every little nuance that he had. But I mean, it was actually a lot of fun to do, and I had a great time with Rick doing it. The episode, just the episode.
Not the swashbuckler.
And the swashbuckler?
You're so dirty.
I have a question for the panel. Chris, I love you. Teal'c, I love Teal'c. My question is, what science fiction movies you guys like the most as a panel? Like, which is your favorite science fiction movie?
It changes from year to year. The first thing that comes to my mind is Alien.
I think for me, besides all the classic, The Matrix, I absolutely adore it.
My first sci-fi film was, and I'm having a hard time remembering the name, but it's where the spaceship comes down and I know I'll bring it in a little closer here. Where the spaceship comes down and the boy looks out of the window, and then his parents get taken away. Does anybody remember that one? The parents get a thing in the back of their head. What's the name of it? Invaders from Mars. I was so scared through that movie, and at the very end of the movie, the boy wakes up, and I go, oh my God, oh, it's fantastic. And he looks out the window, and I freaked. I just bolted out of that theater and ran up the aisle and went into the lobby because I cannot take this much tension. So from then on, my science fiction needs to be hard-boiled and sort of white knuckle and Alien. It was a great one, and of course I love a lot of the classic. The dialogue, by the way, and the Thing is fabulous dialogue.
I really like Moon. I don't know. Have people? I thought that was an extraordinary little movie, and not enough people had seen it. So do yourself a favor. It's on Netflix. You can stream it or whatever. What is the American Sign Language for Netflix? Nice. So that everyone should go check that out.
Well, I mean, when I was a kid, the first two real science fiction movies I remember from my age. I mean, the first one was Logan's Run, and I was really little at the time. And I thought it was just awesome until I grew up enough to realize the special effects suck.
They did.
But what was funny is I found out later because I was that first generation of Star Wars, really young. Went and saw Star Wars in the movie theaters when I was 6 years old or whatever, and just that just blew my mind. I mean, I had a pretty active imagination as it was, but after that movie, I was off and running. It was a really incredible effect that it had on me. But and then years later, I came to find out that both of those movies were made at the same time, and I was like, how did Logan's Run get those special effects? Logan's Run looked like it was made in the 50s,
That's how I feel every time we lose an Emmy for visual effects, by the way. Really? That got the Emmy? I'm bitter about it. Let's move on.